having made it through the initial startup phase, the riskiest time for a business is when it starts to grow. It's while growing that any cracks in key areas of leadership can also grow into gaping chasms that the business ultimately falls into. Although a more likely scenario is the death by 1,000 cuts, where a myriad smaller problems lead to fatality. But where can these cracks and cuts come from? And more importantly, what can we do to avoid them? At this point, a lot of speakers would probably say something like, based on my experience, but the reality is that our experience is just that, only our experience. And whether we realise it or not, our individual experience is based on the context or environment at the time of that experience. It's limited and may not apply to our current context or environment. Now, I'm not advocating that we completely dispense with individual experience, but my preference is to consider experience in aggregate. I'd rather refer to studies that distill multitudinous experience across different contexts into meaningful insight, even if that insight is sometimes counterintuitive. So instead of telling you, based on my experience, I ask, what can these studies tell us? Well, they can tell us that there are at least 19 different aspects of leadership that can both cut or cause a chasm, and which are also a result of the quality of our thinking. Now, these 19 aspects can be grouped across different categories: strategic direction, risk management, organisational design, operational management, cultural design, people management, conflict management, and personal development. These studies can also tell us how, specifically, we can improve the quality of our thinking to not only avoid the risks in each of these areas, but to excel and develop more successful and sustainable businesses as a result. And if that wasn't enough, the improvements we make in the quality of our thinking to improve our businesses also improves the quality of our lives and relationships away from our businesses. That's a 2-for-1 bargain. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can improve the success and sustainability of your business and increase your overall quality of life, then please drop me a line.